and I don't mind making the speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
Seven. Seven wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen, but she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the two things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the only show that will absolutely let the government take away our free speech as long as they send us a large enough super chat. I'm Christian Bladt. He's Eric Zane. How are you today, EZ?
Never better, Christian Bladt. I'm happy to be here. Lucky to be here. Thank you very much.
Yes, only for the grace of me is Eric Zane here. No, of course, we're glad to have you. You got a couple. It's a 2-dog afternoon over there on the couch.
Christian.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even tell. But our audience wants to know, door's still broken, right?
Yes, the door is still kicked in. Yes.
So no change there.
No, it's been years. It's been years.
Well, the most important thing we ever tell anybody on this show every single week is how super chats work. Why don't you let them know, Eric?
Well, we'll take them at any time for any dollar amount. But if you want Christian to sign off by saying something ridiculous about how he doesn't like Asian kids, you can do that in the chat and put a dollar amount to it. And the highest dollar amount is what Christian will sign off with on this show. So get creative, spend some dough, and have at it.
Exactly. So we're going to start off where we so often do with some local news.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
Well, we start off with some news that might be heartbreaking in your neck of the woods and certainly disappointing to a huge swath of our audience watching live right now.
First, you can't marry your first cousin.
In a world where political parties seem to disagree on just about everything, the bill to not keep it in the family passed unanimously this year. Governor Lamont signed it into law. The reason, procreation between first cousins increases the chances of birth defects.
This last part is news to me. I thought that it was just creepy. I didn't know that there was an actual reason.
Yeah, that's there's a whole documentary about I forget these people. Soft
they're
white
like
underbelly.
mountain people.
There's a few. I forgot their names. Somebody wrote West Virginia News. It actually did happen in West Virginia.
Well, there's a great documentary that Jeff Tremaine, who people know from Jackass, did about the wonderful whites of West Virginia.
Yes, that was good too.
That's a phenomenal one.
That was about the ones that would do the stupid dancing.
They sure would.
Yeah, Jesco White. I definitely know that one.
Yeah, Jesco, again, I throw this around a lot, but Jesco White, proof that not all heroes wear capes.
Exactly.
So this is in Connecticut, and I think we need to get more details about this, Easy.
Somebody has
I would have
the Whitakers. It's the Whitakers.
The Whitakers is who you're talking about. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get some reaction on
the chances of birth defects.
I would have never thought about marrying my first cousin.
Okay, so you take a look at this guy, and for our audio audience, explain to them how often this guy thinks about at least fucking his first cousin, maybe not marrying them. That part might actually be true.
I guess it's possible, but he's not really giving me that vibe. Like, he actually appears to take care of his hygiene. His hair is high and tight.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a wonky eye. His teeth aren't black.
All right,
and
so
he's clean shaven.
Well, yeah, you know what? I'm just judging because he's not perfect like me.
Didn't really enter my mind, but hey.
Now I'm thinking about it.
State law already bans you from marrying your parent, grandparent, sibling, and child.
Jesus Christ. I mean, they don't want you to have any fun
Yeah.
in Connecticut.
By the way, I think this announcer actually, his parents are also brother and sister, by the way, just by the way he sounds.
Yeah, he does. He is talking through his nose, probably to not betray the guttural roar from his natural speaking voice. Let's finish this up.
But in more than 15 other states around the country, you can, including Vermont, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island.
What?
That's the craziest part of this. First of all, that it was still legal technically it's still legal in Connecticut until October 1st.
Right.
So if you've got any designs on your cousin, our great friend of the network, Helga Mann, still lives in Connecticut. So perhaps she might be looking towards something.
Well, so are they like rushing to the altar now, cousins, because of the deadline approaching, or are they rushing to other states to actually have the weddings?
Yeah, you just go to Vermont. I don't know. I mean, as someone who grew up in the Northeast, there is definitely this Northeast elitism about how you're just so much better than the rest of the country, especially the South and the Midwest. But in Vermont, like the most liberal state, them in Oregon, one of the most liberal states, is like you can still marry your first cousin. Massachusetts, I don't know. I'm surprised by this.
I just want to go to a cousin or go to a wedding where cousins are getting married. I just want to see that spectacle. I hope it happens. One of my family members.
I don't want to go to the bris though, for fear that the actual incision will have to happen outside of the forehead or something along those lines. It's a joke for our Jewish friends. Happy Rosh Hashanah.
I didn't get it. I laughed,
right.
but I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Circumcise a kid. That's a bris. Again, it's Rosh Hashanah.
Why didn't you say circumcise?
The event isn't called a circumcision.
Oh, okay.
Bris.
Wait a minute.
Party.
So Jews have a party when there's a circumcision? They
yes.
do.
Yes, they do. And by the way, they're usually very well catered.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's a little baby getting his pencil sharpened and everybody's like around him while it's happening.
Oh. I've only been to two, and I'd be okay to not
get
go to
behind that. I am now on Team Palestine after that one.
That's really all it took, was just the concept.
Yeah,
of
that's
the bris.
it. Okay.
That's fair.
That's bullshit.
All right.
Fuck you.
Happy Rosh Hashanah, everybody, from Eric Zane at the Eric Zane Show. I want to get your reaction on this next piece of local news. This is from Australia, but you tell me what you see in this tree.
It might look like a branch, but take a bit of a closer look and it's a massive snake. A resident in inner city Brisbane has filmed the moment the curious creature reared its head from a tree, taking a peek at their home. Now going viral online, many were quick to compare the long-necked reptile to a brontosaurus or a brachioid.
So,
holy shit.
Do you feel like this mushroom-headed long snake looks like a brontosaurus or a brachio?
No, it looks like a big dick.
Yeah.
Enormously fantastic penis is what that is.
Are you jealous?
Yeah, it's horrible.
The late Norm Macdonald would say something along the lines of, I don't know about you, but I see a cock, and he'd be right, by the way. So, yes, that unfortunately, I know what Chad's missing upper lip's going to say. I saw that story and it caught my eye, and yes, I could not wait to share it with my buddy Eric Zane. Our final entry in local news today requires that we first watch a viral video. An uppity middle-aged Karen, I think in Charlotte, feels that, let's just say, a table of urban guests is being a little too loud and a little too rude. So here's the viral video that inspires the news clip we're about to watch.
Real stuff. Good friends that are black, and I love them. We never said anything about color. We never said. So here's the thing. Let me understand.
You're too loud.
We're too loud. In your opinion, let me show you my money. It's just as green as yours.
Right. Oh, you're so stupid, nigga.
Whoa! Usually we wait 20 minutes in the show before somebody drops that. So this lady needed to go over, film them, and tell them that she didn't appreciate their ninja-like skills, I guess is what she's trying to say.
Jesus. So there's got to be more to this, right?
Well, let's see what the local news was able to uncover, because she's more than happy to speak to the local news.
A 1-year-old woman who lives in Raleigh. I suffer from tremendous anxiety.
She says that anxiety and the women's behavior pushed her to act as she did.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them.
So
she's even got the Karen haircut.
She really does.
That's like the epitome of the Karen haircut.
That's the same haircut as the lady who made the dad who caught the home run ball at the Phillies game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the same haircut. Yeah. Tragic that we never actually got to dive into that on this show, but it's such old news now. All right. So yes, she suffers from tremendous anxiety, especially when there's a whole table, of those types, is the way that she looks at it.
Because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to say.
What about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it.
Oh no.
I would say it again to them.
She would say it again to them.
Tripling down.
Yeah, exactly. Double and tripling down. Like a true Karen, really. So
okay, so that means there have been no ramifications, and I don't know if there will be. She's probably a retiree, so
yeah,
I don't know what you can. I think if anyone's gonna drop the N-word, you're in the safe zone if you're retired. I mean, what else are they gonna do to you? Kick you off the pickleball court? So save it for when you're actually not working.
Right, exactly. So we'll see if there's any follow up to that story. I didn't say her name, but it was on the screen. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. All right. I know that people are tuning in so that they can hear us talk and get our expert-like opinions on Jimmy Kimmel, which is exactly why we're going to head over to some Bears.
W-A-G-B, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
So again, before we get to the news clip, we have to share a viral video. This is a bear who, as they so often do, Easy, ends up somewhere they shouldn't be. In this case, a Dollar General.
This is not good.
No.
What's up, buddy? You are one big nasty motherfucker. Come on.
So
he's full jersey already.
Yeah, he's this is Vernon, New Jersey. This is very thick jersey. The gentleman who filmed this and posted it, we'll see him in the news clip. Sean Clarkin. This is from his social media, and a lot of versions of this clip. It's bleeped, but again, we do support the First Amendment.
Yes, free speech. No one's getting canceled around here.
Considering what that lady just said, this is the least we can do.
I don't get the aggression though. The Bears seem pretty all right. I mean that's
Let's continue to see what's going on.
Come with me. Come on. This way. Come on.
And he's trying to figure out how to get out of there.
Good boy. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Yo, the door's back here, yes? Where the fuck is the door?
Okay.
Hello.
Where the fuck is the door over here?
It's like Spinal
Where the fuck is the door?
Trying to find a stage.
You got a back door here somewhere? Come on, this way. Come on. I have no idea where your back door is. He's going through.
That's what she said. All right. So, yeah, that's right. That's why I let it go. Let's see the local news.
Been euthanized after it bit a woman inside a Dollar General store.
It happened in Vernon, New Jersey. Witnesses say the bear had been acting strange and was threatening people and pets. Nick Calloway has the wild video of the encounter.
This is not good.
No.
It's a menacing sight, the 175-pound female black bear roaming the aisles of the Dollar General in Vernon Township to...
That dummy kept calling him boy and buddy. It's a girl.
That's the problem.
Right, exactly. She's in heat.
Tuesday afternoon.
Come with me. Come on.
Sean Clarkin recorded this video on his cell phone as he lured the bear outside.
He's going through the front of the store. Clear the front of the store. There's people in the store.
Yeah.
So does this
Typical
guy look
Jersey,
exactly like
loudmouth,
Yeah, does this guy look
bossy.
exactly like the way he sounded, Easy?
Yes, absolutely. I used to live with these animals. It was a horrible experience for 3 years with these butt fucks.
Well, he really took command of the situation. Everybody out of the front of the store.
Right.
Oh.
I would rather get the bear out of the store, have him follow me out.
New Jersey Fish and Wildlife say one woman in the store was injured by the bear and taken to the hospital. Several witnesses say the bear appeared sick, acting erratically along Route 9.
Go ahead.
Why are they like hanging out with it? I mean, fucking go in your car, you stupid Jersey pig.
You should run away. That's what I understand.
For hours. Police used rubber bullets to scare it into the woods, but the bear came back, threatening people and pets. It attacked Aaron Gladding's German Shepherd, Lucky.
They kind of like pawed at each other for a little bit. The bear got on top of him. My guys were outside, luckily enough. They pulled, they got the bear distracted long enough to get my dog on a leash.
Lucky.
Yeah, I got just in time, got my hair slicked back for the interview.
I think without the local residents commenting, I probably wouldn't have played this, Eric. But this is one of our greatest bear clips of all time.
Right,
And,
right. Anytime you can dip into Jersey locals, where they have things like a neighborhood best underbite contest and shit like that, it's a good opportunity for something ridiculous.
This motherfucker calls it Taylor ham, but we all know it's pork roll. Get out of here.
He got Lucky, but the bear had to be...
Oh, yeah. The dog's name is Lucky. So,
look.
My guys were outside, luckily enough. They pulled, they got the bear distracted long enough to get my dog on a leash.
Lucky got Lucky, but the bear had to be put down.
So the controversy about this is that Mr. Clarkin, who filmed the video, says that he doesn't trust that news outlet, WCBS TV in New York.
He doesn't trust him.
Well, because he said that the bear didn't bite anybody, and they're just covering for the fact that they euthanized the bear. But the bear wouldn't go away. It's too comfortable around people. I mean, you can trap
Something
it.
bad's gonna happen.
RFK Jr. might have had some ideas for things you could have done with it, but
Had the for the bear meat, I hit it and then I put it in my car with my bike.
it's actually delicious. You should try it sometime, Eric.
Oh, fuck.
All right. That's enough of that. That's what we're here for. Let's get over to some talk shows.
WATB, who are these talk shows? Who are these talk shows?
And I don't want to ask about super chats, do I? We just want to move on. And
They clearly have worked together in an effort to make this the shittiest week we have ever had. Again, not taking into account that Christian puts hours and hours of his time to make this show possible.
I mean, look, I was only up until like 2:30 in the morning. It's fine. No worries, everybody.
Hey,
we're doing it for me and EZ, okay?
For the love of God, would you throw us a few bucks for God's sake? I mean, our show has gone to new heights since E-Rock and Carl appeared. We're now getting well north of 100 audience members live at any given moment.
Any given moment.
I mean, for the love of God, would you please get on board and pay us your fucking money, you pigs?
By the way, I put hours and hours into the Jimmy Kimmel coverage. Anybody wants to slip us $100, I'll just drop the whole thing. All right.
Wow.
$100 is all it'll take.
You'll just give up. You'll just won't even air it. Okay. Well,
it has to be one super chat. It doesn't get to total up. I don't want $52.
$100.
Yeah.
$100. Pay up, bitches.
As we talk about Jimmy Kimmel, we've talked about Jimmy Kimmel in the past on this show. Who could ever forget election night?
Be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate.
And if that's not ringing a bell, let's look at Inauguration Day.
McRib is back for a limited time, only 4 years. Today at noon Eastern, our long national nightmare was officially sworn in another time, a second time. Donald Trump became the first convicted felon to be sworn in as president of the United States today. He is selling inauguration Bibles to celebrate. He launched a new meme coin over the weekend to the tune of, some say, $41 billion.
Yeah, so that's Jimmy Kimmel. He's very emotional.
Yeah, he sure is. He has been for a long time. In all of this story, that is, I didn't realize how really few people do not actually watch that show. Have you ever looked at some of the ratings?
To be fair, they don't watch any of those shows, but yeah, that's Colbert was.
I was hearing that he averages about 122,000 a night.
Howard Stern wishes he had that size audience.
But for a television show all across the country, that is so anemic. It's incredible.
I agree. So we'll get to the clip that got Kimmel in trouble, but after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, this is great for somebody who has a national network show, posted on Instagram. Instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it is horrible and monstrous to shoot another human? On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all the children, parents, and innocents who fall victim to senseless gun violence. That didn't get him in trouble.
He shouldn't have added that. No, he should have ended it to the Kirks.
Well, that's what they all did. Seth Meyers did that. Everybody. Yeah, sure. But to be fair, I'm just letting you know, everybody saw it as an opportunity to talk about all gun violence.
Well, yeah,
there was a school shooting on the same day.
Okay, because what that does is when you add all that other shit, and yeah, that's true, but no one even talked about the other one. And this was such a remarkably horrible thing. If he would have ended it at Kirk's, they were on to him at that point. Oh, he's going to say something we don't like. We got a reason to fire him. They should have ended it at Kirk's, I think. In fact, he should have said, fuck you to all other kids who are shot.
Well, you can go to at Eric Zane Show if you want that kind of commentary. All right. So let's dive into the conversation that created so much trouble for Jimmy Kimmel.
Lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
So he next plays a clip that I had for last week's show. And in my infinite wisdom, I was like, this isn't really that important. So Donald Trump is asked how he feels about the loss of his friend, Charlie Kirk.
How are you holding up over the last 3.5 years?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years.
So the helicopter was a deciding factor as to why. So yeah, I'm holding up very well. And by the way, we are building this beautiful ballroom. So
he framed it as Kimmel framed it as Trump's not that broken up.
Correct. So this is after he plays that clip.
New lows over the week.
Oh, no, that's the same one. That fucking idiot.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's all right. All right. We'll get to it. We'll get to it right now. So I will play the correct clip starting now.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once.
Okay. We didn't know this. What you're playing, no one talked about this.
Oh, most people didn't. And I would say most people didn't see this. And I did my due diligence that I saw people posting, that's not the clip that got him in trouble. So I looked to try to find more. That's absolutely the clip that got him in trouble. It's the only time he talked about Charlie Kirk. So he goes back in on President Trump, though.
Once.
When I heard it, I was in the midst of, building a great for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom at the White House, right? They don't have a ballroom. They have to use tents on the lawn for President Xi when he comes over. If it rains, it's a wipeout. And so I was with the architects and with design. It's going to be incredible. And they came in, they said, Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, he was dead. Charlie Kirk was shot.
You hear people laughing.
Well, it's just like, oh my God, this guy.
Yeah.
And they thought he was dead because it was so horrific, you know.
Well, they thought he was dead because they saw the video like I did.
Right.
Unfortunately, as we talked about in weeks past, I wish I hadn't seen that video.
Right.
And I said, dead.
And then we installed the most beautiful chandelier.
Yeah,
So-
all of that is much more offensive than that one that everybody saw about the MAGA crowd is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's just leaning in on Trump and not being that sad. And there's a lot of people pointing out that what he said is they're trying to make sure that the shooter, the suspected shooter, I guess we need to say, isn't considered MAGA, which there were a lot of conflicting stories. I remember you had pulled a clip for us last week where Ben Shapiro knew exactly what the guy was. And then Bill Maher says, well, could he be a groiper? Yeah, he could. Well, you just said you knew who he was. So listen, yes, it is inaccurate from most indications and didn't really seem like a cancelable offense. But a lot of the coverage focused on the fact that Jimmy Kimmel had been canceled and quote unquote, we had won. He was never canceled. It was on indefinite suspension, which easy. You've probably been on indefinite suspension a couple of times.
I have. And then you just wait for the call. All right, come on back. Usually takes about a week. And then it's just, you're fucking fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I think Anthony Cumia's first book was called Permanently Suspended. This is indefinitely suspended. So obviously his brethren, his fellow late night hosts, jumped on the opportunity to stand by their man. The Colbert Show, the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, produced this piece.
It's issued by President Donald Trump's FCC chair, Brendan Carr. Jimmy Kimmel's show has been indefinitely suspended by ABC and its parent company, Walt Disney.
All right.
Listen up. In light of Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, ABC's parent company, the Walt Disney Corporation, has a little message for all the employees.
Sing it!
Shut your trap. Shut your trap. We're warning you to cut the crap. Our dear leader's skin is thinner than a sheet of plastic wrap. Mom's the word, have you heard? Kissing us is what's preferred. Don't insult our great dictator, or he'll hit you with this turd. Some new rule at ABC, don't make fun of Donny T, and don't point out that his neck is mostly flat. So don't you make a scene or mention Jeff Epstein, or your show will be scrapped. Shut your trap. Shut up.
So there's two moments that I did chuckle. The neck waddle was actually
the neck
pretty funny.
flap.
And rhyming it with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
All right.
I can't. I'm right there with you. It went from a D- to a C-.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think
C- is okay.
Yeah, they can still get into community college with that.
Right.
But don't worry, any goodwill we might have from those two jokes will be gone immediately by the time they get to the monologue.
Yesterday, after threats from Trump's FCC chair, ABC yanked Kimmel off the air indefinitely. That is blatant censorship. And it always starts small. Remember like in week 1 of his presidency, Gulf of America. Call it Gulf of America. Sure, seems harmless, but with an autocrat, you cannot give an inch. And if ABC thinks...
Oh, boy. Look at him go.
If ABC
Remember when he was telling
thinks
jokes
this
a minute
is gonna
ago?
satisfy the regime, they are woefully naive. And clearly, they've never read the children's book, If You Give a Mouse a Kimmel.
You want to give me any thoughts on
Fuck off.
I didn't even have to ask. It's funny because I was torn between whether you would say fuck you or fuck off, and we got both. So,
oh no!
But look, it's got the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, but he's got a little Jimmy Kimmel on his. Come on, that's funny, Eric.
Right, man. I actually I knew it felt weird when I was saying that the candle bit wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen.
The worst thing they'd ever done. But
Jesus shit.
Steven's not done.
And to Jimmy, just let me say, I stand with you and your staff 100%. And also, you couldn't let me enjoy this for like 1 week. Just
because he won the Emmy. So
like anybody even knows that you won an Emmy. Like anybody watched.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they went down.
Yeah. No, I had to watch for this show that nobody wants to give us money for. Goat Malp, thank you for $2 Canadian. Whew. Imagine if $2 Canadian is our big winner for the week.
Yeah.
So we appreciate
I
Goat
hope
Malp.
it is.
Zane clearly taking that Disney cash shill. Disney wants to give me cash. I'll be happy to take it. I have no problem. If it's during this show, we'll share it with Carl. If you want to give it to me during one of my shows, I'll just keep it. But yeah, whatever. It's cool. Yeah, no worries. All right, but what about Jimmy Fallon? I'm sure he had some good thoughts, right?
The big story is that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by ABC after pressure from the FCC, leaving everyone thinking WTF.
Oh, no. Suck my dick. Fuck you, you fucking fuck.
They should really clip these monologues more often because
no.
Your reaction is always so much funnier than these dumb jokes.
Shit.
Yeah. Jimmy's got some more.
I love that incredulous look.
This morning, I woke up to 100 text messages from my dad saying, "I'm sorry they canceled your show." I go, "That's not me. That's Jimmy Kimmel."
Because his name's Jimmy, too. You know? Yeah.
But to be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on.
Of course you don't.
And no
You're
one
drunk.
does. But I do know Jimmy Kimmel. And he's a decent, funny, and loving guy, and I hope he comes back.
Two of those things might be true. I
Okay. 6 days later, he's back.
Good job, Jimmy.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried that we won't keep saying what we want to say or that we'll be censored. But I'm going to cover the president's trip to the UK just like I normally would.
Because, Jimmy Kimmel's always on the cutting edge of biting political satire. So let's see what he's got cooked up for us, Eric. You let me know how much you're enjoying it.
Yeah. We can see what's coming. We can see it's coming, right?
Well, guys, President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
Kimmel.
As always, his tie was
exactly the right length.
And his face looked
I find it
like
funny. Because he was aping.
It was the face, right?
He was aping like Trump.
It was only the face that got it for you, though, right? Yeah. All right.
Well, and the arms. I don't hate this. I do not hate this bit.
Okay. I'm going to give him partial credit on the body language.
As always, his tie was
exactly the right length.
Easy's favorite part.
His face looked
like a color that exists in nature.
And his hair looked
better than Conrad's from the summer I turned pretty.
I don't know.
I don't get that. My wife would get that joke. Howard Stern would get that joke.
During the trip, protesters managed to project images onto the sides of Windsor Castle of Trump standing next to his good friend, Jeff Goldblum.
You didn't want to laugh at that, but you couldn't help yourself.
You know what? I'm going to keep it real. I don't hate it. Maybe I'm getting at a weak moment, but I like the bit. I like the bit.
Because of how mad you got at Colbert.
Those were. This is the best I've seen out of what we've watched so far.
Well, this is the best I've seen out of Kimmel in quite a while. Of Fallon in quite a while. I'm just like his dad. They're both named Jimmy, aren't they?
He didn't come up with this. Somebody wrote the bit.
Oh, I mean, he's got 25 writers. So yeah, I'm sure.
The administration still insists that he's not in the
Goldblum
file, which we all know is absolute bull.
True.
Anyway, to sum it up, President Trump is
making America great again by restoring our national reputation, reinvigorating our economy, and rebuilding our military. I hereby nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Do you,
It went on too long.
It did. It did go on too long.
It did go on too long, but
too many. first Jeff Goldblum joke I liked, and then they went back in for the Goldblum files, and I was like, all right, quit while you're ahead.
But I mean, I'll give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B.
Whoa! All right, that's easy grading on a curve. So we appreciate that. A number of actual comedians were outspoken on this. We heard from Akash Singh, who is one of the co-hosts of Flagrant, which is a podcast that Donald Trump was a guest on last year, kind of right around now. So let's see what Akash Singh had to say about this.
Much as we didn't like left-wing shit, like far left policy or far left whatever thoughts, it wasn't like Joe Biden was putting pressure on somebody to get canceled for saying retard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what makes this different and scarier to me and closer to what India has. Then that's what makes it an actual attack on free speech to me.
So, by the way, the fact that Trump was bringing back retard, I think, is actually one of those campaign promises that he has delivered on. You know, I just said it. And
it's 100%. You know, I heard it at Mass the other weekend. It's incredible.
It's because there were a lot of them in the choir, probably.
Yeah.
The other co-host from Flagrant, Andrew Schultz, also weighed in, and he earlier in the video explains that he has this terrible haircut for a role that he's off filming for a movie somewhere.
Who, for anyone under 50, is a late-night TV host. And for anyone under 40, late-night TV is how the pharmaceutical industry gets your uncle hooked on opioids. And for anyone under 30, TV is like TikTok, but your phone is sideways and not controlled by Bamboo Babe Ruth. Anyway.
You enjoying this so far?
I don't know what's going on.
It's a lot of words, isn't it?
What the fuck is happening here?
It's
ridiculous.
It's a little overwritten.
Who is he again? Who is
Andrew
this guy?
Schultz? Andrew Schultz. He's a very successful comedian.
Yes, we featured him before.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Now
Jimmy
it's
Show's
coming back to me now. It's coming back to me.
Off the air because he allegedly made a joke about Charlie. I watched the segment. You watched the segment. He did not make a joke about Charlie at all. The joke was about Trump and one of his reactions to Charlie's death, which was ridiculous. He started talking about White House renovations, which if he hadn't kicked out all the Mexicans would have been done by now. Now,
I'm all right with that.
It's a good joke.
It was pretty good to slide that in there.
I will say Jimmy did spread misinformation about Charlie's killer, saying that he was right-wing. I don't know how right-wing you can be if your girlfriend has a cock. We'll have to ask Lindsey Graham about that.
Yes. All right.
All right. So yeah, he started off slow, but Easy's warming up.
No, he's had two good jokes.
Yeah. I'll spoil it a little. There might be more.
Your girlfriend has a cock. We'll have to ask Lindsey Graham about that. Rumor is he likes devouring a devious bull-nosed cock. Now, in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure the only thing leaning to the right in that relationship was his girlfriend's big salty cock. But furthermore, if spreading misinformation is worthy of cancellation, then just get rid of the internet right now. Personally, I think it's a violation of free speech and incredibly corny to hire a comedian and fire them for jokes no matter which side of the aisle those jokes land on. There is always going to be someone offended by a joke. Half the population is female. And if you got offended by that, you're proving my point.
Anyway, the video is much longer, but I wanted to get the jokes.
What's crazy is for me, like I was watching and it took a while for me to go like, what the fuck is going on? But as soon as he started hitting a couple jokes, I'm like, all right, now I like the whole thing.
As soon as he started saying cock, which
I was all about cock. Everybody knows that.
All right, Doom, clip that. So Dave Portnoy from Barstool was on the wrong side of this, according to some people. You know, this is his opinion. With Kimmel getting canned, I'm seeing lots of people talking about the hypocrisy of cancel culture. To me, cancel culture is when people go out of their way to dig up old tweets, videos, etc., looking for dirt on somebody they don't like in an effort to get them fired. Like if Kimmel got canceled for the shit he did on The Man Show, that would be cancel culture. Okay. But when a person says something that a ton of people find offensive, rude, dumb in real time, then that person is punished for it. That's not cancel culture. That's consequences for your action. Again, Dave Portnoy, tell me you didn't see the clip without telling me you didn't see the clip. But his Barstool cohort, Kirk Menahan, a show that features our buddy Blind Mike, who you'll see in this clip, He responded to the whole thing and always looking for an opportunity to toss Portnoy under the bus.
In 2025 at 10:06 on September 18th, the extreme right are the biggest group of pussies that has ever existed in America. A bunch of, because people with green hair at Starbucks, and because once in a while a fucking guy swam against girls, you fucking pussies have broken in half, led by the duo of Donald Trump and consequence culture Portnoy, who is just waving his arms at the right to like him again.
Just point out, and we featured Kirk a number of times, usually talking about Portnoy, who is his boss. It's very important. Dave Portnoy hates Blind Mike, so just some things that people should know.
Hold on, wait, why? Why does he not like Blind Mike?
You'll have
long
to ask
story.
Blind Mike. Long story. You'll have to ask Blind Mike.
That's fucking. How do you not like the nicest guy on the planet? What the fuck?
I'm a gearhead. Everybody, I love Blind Mike.
After the thing last week where he said it was Trump's fault, privately and publicly, that Charlie Kirk died. Now he's like, I got to get them back. I got to get them back. I got to get them back. Typical, I will say, fits the tribe profile.
Did you hear him stop himself? Yes. Typical. Fits the tribe
profile.
So somewhere in Kirk's head, there's a 5-alarm fire that's like, that
was great.
Yeah,
well, that's and he works for Portnoy.
Yeah, he has a show on Barstool.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
that's great. I don't know. Maybe Dave says, yeah, lay it on thick. I mean, that type of conflict is always a success. It always is.
I know what you're wondering about more than anything, Easy. How did the gang at the View respond to this?
Oh, really think we weren't going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel? Look
at her.
I mean, have you watched the show over the last 29 seasons? So no one silences us. Oh. And to all my friends in Italy who reached out, you have to know it's okay. We're still here. We're still broadcasting.
So I think that the issue was that they had pre-recorded a show, I think, on Friday. I don't know what the timeline is, but that's the story that Whoopi's going with, that their show had been pre-recorded. So people were like, oh, ABC's not letting them talk about it. So don't worry. Whoopi is more than adequately prepared for this intro.
And when the news broke last week about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, we took a breath to see if Jimmy was going to say anything about it first. We did the same thing with Stephen Colbert. Then our show was on tape on Friday.
Oh, okay.
But we are live here today.
All right, Whoopi, come on.
You cleared it up. Cleared it up.
Bring it to us, Whoop.
Okay.
Boy, wow.
So to be clear, you cannot like a show. Now, I want to make sure I got this right.
Ooh.
So she's clearly looking at the telephone.
Yeah, she's trying to lean into it, but she's fucking it up somehow.
Yeah.
To be clear, you cannot like a show and it can go off the air. Mm-hmm. Someone can say something they shouldn't and get taken off the air, but the government cannot apply pressure.
All right, so
yeah, they can. They did, and it worked.
They absolutely did.
It's their ball.
It only worked for a few days.
Field. They got the players. Well, they did it. They already did it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The rest of them say pretty much what you would expect. I just loved her trying to read from the prompter.
Oh God!
Just leading in.
Yeah.
Surprising voices speaking out in favor. Well, not so much in favor of Kimmel, but in opposition to a violation in free speech, including Ben Shapiro.
The FCC should not be threatening action against ABC or its affiliates or Disney based on Jimmy Kimmel being a jackass. He's been a jackass his entire career.
Being jackass.
Social censure is perfectly appropriate. The blowback from the public, totally natural and in fact good, because Jimmy Kimmel is in fact a schmuck who should have been taken off the air 10 years ago.
Is this AI?
I do not want the...
It does look like it's AI.
And he's talking weird. And when you were a kid in the backseat of the car, Did you have one of those things with the magnet and the red pen, the woolly willy?
Yeah, you could get like the metal filings to make.
Yeah,
like a beard
the metal
yeah.
filings. You can make a mustache. Look at those eyebrows on this fuck.
I will have to say that our buddies Casey Day and Hackride do look more alive than Ben here. But
Jesus fuck, look at him.
He's look, he's standing by free speech, which is supposedly important to all of these people.
FCC in the business of telling local affiliates that their licenses will be removed if they broadcast material that the FCC deems to be informationally false.
Okay, so a little bit of a surprise, and yeah, it's a weird video.
I didn't hear a word he said. I kept looking at his eyebrows. Look like fucking Harpo Marx. God damn it.
The most shocking thing was the amount of sense made by Ted Cruz on his podcast about this.
Okay.
Possibly the most sensible take that I heard. But don't worry, he figures out a way to fuck up this narrative.
Okay. All right.
Before I play it easy.
So we're still like with no goddamn super chats.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
what the fuck?
We're like John and Opie. We just do this show for ourselves.
We're like 50 minutes into the show.
Yeah, whatever. We got $2 Canadian. We'll split that with Carl.
Shit.
We'll each have like 67 cents or whatever. It's great.
Cheap fucks.
We're having fun today. Maybe we don't deserve it, as
Maybe
would say.
Maybe it's us.
All right, let's hear from another great in broadcasting, Ted Cruz.
Communication Commission is in charge of granting broadcast licenses. So ABC, NBC, CBS, they have licenses from the FCC. It is true that under statute, they're required to be in the public interest.
All right.
Yep. What he is saying is Jimmy Kimmel was lying. That's true. He was lying. And his lying to the American people is not in the public interest. And so he threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
So in the middle of making a good point,
yeah,
he figures that he has to lean in with his.
He sounded like one of those Jersey guys with the bear, the
With the
guy
bear.
with the hair slicked back.
Where the fucking bear over here?
Yeah. And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas. That
Yeah, we got
Oh
it.
my God.
Okay.
Oh, we love Canada. It's two
Thank
more
you.
great Canadian dollars from our pal Goat Malp.
Fine. Quit your begging.
Begging. You each have $2 Canadian.
We'll take
That is
it.
so sweet of you. Tidbit now throws $2 at us. Here's for the begging. You guys are awesome. I take back everything bad I said about you.
Yeah, we're only $270 away from our goal, but thank you guys.
That's right out of a mafioso coming into a bar going, nice bar you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Okay, so I told you he made the most sense, but I also explained that he fucked this up. So this is the fuck up part.
And I got to say, look, I understand. Jimmy Kimmel has mocked me so many times I cannot count.
I mean, look at
the
you.
corporate media. They are dishonest. They are liars. I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired. But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying,
what you
we
can and
don't
can't
like
say,
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like. That will end up bad for conservatives. It reminds me of, you and I are both fans of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
J.R.R. Tolkien. It reminds me of like the Ring of Power. And it is so attractive. It's sort of like conservatives are saying, wait, if we have government, we have power.
He's so relatable because of his movie references. As we're talking, I'm like, oh, yeah, he really is the same as Steel Toe.
Yeah. We can ban the media. Let me tell you what will happen. Going down this road, there will come a time when a Democrat wins again. Wins the White House.
they will get rid of every
Democrat
talk show host in
FCC,
America that's a conservative. They'll get rid of every podcast. They'll get rid of
they
everybody
will
on YouTube.
silence us. They will use this power, and they will use it ruthlessly.
Not if Republicans keep getting assassinated, though.
Okay. Wow. I didn't see that coming as one of the possibilities. But yeah, so he's making the point is like, yeah, I get it. You're all very happy, but we're not going to be in power forever. Although Democrats will say that that's what they're trying to do. But anyway.
Right.
All right. So I get it. You weren't expecting that you wanted to hear from Ted Cruz, but I think somebody that everybody wanted to hear from was Adam Carolla, who, of course, used to be his co-host on The Man Show.
I think a lot of people want me to comment on it. It's a weird thing. The right and the left are always sort of misinterpreting things. He was inaccurate about something. It wasn't like he was necessarily attacking Charlie Kirk. He was trying to dump it on Trump and inaccurate about it. We're living in a time where something happens. Nancy Pelosi's husband gets hit with a hammer. This side says he's had a MAGA hat on. That side says he's some kind of nudist hippie. I don't feel like it's necessary, but that's all we do. And I don't like the government getting involved. And I've heard every side of the story. And in general, I just want people to speak, and then the ratings will do the talking, and you can support them or not support them. And what you want to watch, you can watch it, or you can watch Gutfeld and listen to him bash Kimmel, or however you want to do it. That's the world I'd like to live in. My perspective is different just because I know Jimmy, and I know Jimmy to be a very good guy and a generous guy, and I've always said that about him. And I realized that while everyone else knows Jimmy as a caricature, I know him as a person. When I run into the people that don't know Jimmy as a person, O'Reilly or Dave Rubin, Dennis Prager, and they go, "What's up with your buddy Jimmy?" Well, I know him, so that's why I don't think of him like you think.
So anyway, that's I think
a lot of words.
A lot of words, but I think a good explanation. Like, yeah, he's a good guy. I know him. And whatever. He fucked up a joke is basically.
Since when is he starting? He's becoming Gilbert Gottfried. I mean, he looks like him and he sounds like him.
I didn't think either of those things, but you're absolutely right. Very quickly, not everybody felt that they should take Kimmel's side. Geraldo.
Kimmel owes the family of Charlie Kirk and his wife Erica, 2 small children, an apology. What's he saying? That if you're a member of MAGA and Charlie is a friend of MAGA, then he had it coming.
So he never said anything even close to that. But, again, Geraldo, maybe not watching the clip. Kayleigh McEnany used to be the White House press secretary.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
She's not quite Lucy Tightbox level, but oh, my
no,
God.
Lucy's much smarter.
I'm watching some of the liberal networks. I've never heard them care about the Constitution so much. Their First Amendment. This has nothing to do with the First Amendment. This has to do with the business decision, as you noted. And for all the concern about the First Amendment, I mean, they're apoplectic, Jesse. What about all the amendments that Charlie Kirk lost? Because Charlie Kirk has no amendments right now. None. And the outrage I see over Jimmy Kimmel,
great insight.
I wish I would have seen that for the death of a father and a husband who should still be here.
Charlie Kirk no longer has amendments.
Any amendments, yes. Well said, Kayleigh, because when you're pretty, everything you say is
that's true.
Look, we'll see whether or not he actually apologizes, but I'm going to have to say, I doubt he's going to apologize for those comments we showed earlier, when to this day, he's still never apologized for this.
Talking about health. Karl Malone, healthy as horse, but everybody not so lucky. All kind of Americans infected by diabetes. Diabetes infect young, old, women, men. And here Karl Malone whole thing. Why they call it diabetes? That get people all riled up. That's what Karl Malone say, change name diabetes to live beaties.
So same impression as Shaq, his Karl Malone. I can't say it's unfunny, but
live beaties was great. I mean,
he's not head to toe because he's got a jersey on, but he's covered in blackface.
I mean, that was a funny bit, but I think it have you ever heard him comment on that bit?
No, I've heard, we played Howard with Sherman Helmsley on this show once, where he was dressed like Clarence Thomas. And he just said, I was a madman. I was out of my mind. And then he just moved on from right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Jimmy hasn't spoken, that couldn't have been that long ago, was it?
It was 20.
Okay, so man
20
show
plus
time.
years ago. Yeah. And there's it's NBC Universal, so I would never show it. But there's Jimmy Fallon in blackface as Chris Rock. And Chris Rock, it helps that he was also on the show you were on, because he said he forgave him. It's okay.
Oh.
This is a different time. All right. So we have reasons why some people aren't going to forgive Jimmy Kimmel. I think that this is the pettiest and most personal. From Matthew Dowd, who we featured on the show last week. He got fired for his reaction about,
shoot your guns in the air guy.
Shoot your guns in the air. And then the second comment is the one that got him fired. Violent words and violent actions. And
He was saying you get what you get.
That seems to be what he was saying. So here he is trying to explain where he's at.
Talking about how, like, this is awful for America that Jimmy Kimmel was, indefinitely suspended. And isn't this awful for America? And it's a chilling thing for the First Amendment. And they're saying that on every platform. Not one person has said anything about me. Not one person on that network has said, they've all gone out of their way to say, isn't this horrible what happened to Jimmy Kimmel? Isn't even including Morning Joe and Mika, who went after me after the show, basically saying they were glad I was terminated.
By the way, he made these comments on a show hosted by
For sure.
Nana from the Muppet Show.
For sure. Hey, they're talking about
who's
how
a
awful.
big lip bald bitch that he's talking to.
Yeah, it's Katie Couric, actually.
Oh! Shut the fuck up.
That is
Katie
Couric.
Couric?
Yeah.
You have a fucking stroke?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe. Yeah. So I was staring at that face, and there is only one person that reminded me of.
For sure. Man, I would Wow.
Go ahead. Sorry, what?
I put a bag over my head. She looks like shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. She's definitely seen better days.
God.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it. Jesus.
the-
I'm gonna turn into a pillar of salt in a minute. Jesus.
The summer she turned ugly, I guess, is to keep it current. All right. Now, we were talking about the person that everybody, and I know this segment's going on for a long time, but you know what? We're not getting super chats encouraging me to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very interested in all this stuff. And I know that our audience in particular, I hope they didn't take the time, because they probably wanted to figure out, hey, what did this guy think about what happened to his friend Jimmy Kimmel?
I'm so woke that nobody listens. Won't go to work due to COVID conditions. Serious radio won't pay me money. Real reason is Howard ain't funny.
Christian and Eric, tell me, who are these stern?
We again thank the great Doug from the Jingles department, and I am impressed at how much usage we've gotten of that. Goat Malp, thanks again for 5. We've only gotten Canadian dollars. We appreciate that. Here, I was going to give this to Carl, but I see what you did there to all my chats now. Goat Malp, I will never. I see what you did there to your chats, even if it's the $2 ones. All right. So people like me woke up Monday morning and decided I got to hear. What did Howard Stern have to say about this?
I'm going to make a statement about something, and it's this is going to be controversial. You know that I've decided on the show no more politics. I was very political during the election. Of course, when you get political, it bites you in the ass because half the people want to fucking kill you and half of them love you. But I can no longer keep my mouth shut. So I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to talk a little bit here, and we'll see what happens. But
all right, it's a lot of preamble, something that people criticize this show for. I don't know why Easy does that all the time, but Tibbet, MFR, mine money is American. That's true. I forgot, Tibbet, that we had. You were the only one. You were the token American.
Given like $2 and then $2 more. Thank you.
Yeah,
We appreciate that.
You know what? We're going to be able to buy lunch at the end of all this, and I appreciate it. All right, let's turn the floor over to Howard.
I feel obligated to say something. because shit's getting out of control.
Yeah, goddamn right, Howard.
And this involves the network ABC.
Okay, sure.
Okay, they did something really fucking dumb and horrible.
More setup. Set it
There's
up.
a little bit more setup.
Okay.
But I mean, of course, it's going to be worth it.
And I think most of you know what I'm talking about. For those of you, and I think most of you know, they're ruining the TV show Bachelor in Paradise. What they have done this season is just fucking ridiculous.
Hold on, man.
Huh? Yeah, everybody tunes in wants to hear him talk about Kimmel. He's like, well, I'm going to pull a fast one on you. This
Oh,
is like
there you
having
go.
Andy Cohen in his chair.
Yes.
He's talking about Bachelor in Paradise.
I don't hate that.
Okay, all right.
That's not the worst thing I've ever heard him do. He's doing that intentionally, right? He's doing it because he's expecting them. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Bachelor in Paradise,
I know.
but ABC put this on television. And I know people are afraid to talk about it, but I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care what the consequences are. You cannot do this, ABC. They've turned it into Survivor. It's no longer about romance. And they committed a sin. They put old people on Bachelor in Paradise. It is so horrible when these.
So he's starting to make a little bit of sense. All right, I can see that. But he does camp out in that bit for about 2, maybe 3 minutes. And then eventually he does talk about what people did want to hear, his thoughts on Kimmel and what he thinks he can do about it.
Just know when the government begins to interfere, when the government says, I'm not pleased with you, so we're going to orchestrate a way to silence you. It's the wrong direction for our country. And I should know. I've been involved in something like this. And now ABC is put in the same position. And it's unfortunate that ABC even has to be in this position. They shouldn't have to be in this position. I feel for them too in this. But that someone's got to step up and be fucking saying, hey, enough. We're not going to bow. Now, it might sound stupid, but the thing I did this morning, I'm canceling my Disney Plus. I'm trying to say with the podcast that I do not support what they're doing with.
Oh my God. So, all right. So Howard was going to cancel his Disney Plus. And it probably had a lot to do with it. Patrick Everett with a great observation. Howard is starting to look like Phil Spector.
He truly is.
Let's hope the story ends a little bit better for old Howie. All right. Well, if you have the star power of Howard Stern speaking out in favor of Jimmy Kimmel, but I know what a lot of people are wondering. What does Miranda from Sex and the City think?
Family is really going to miss Abbott Elementary. We are really going to miss Only Murders in the Building. But you know what? We would miss the First Amendment a whole lot more. Don't go to the theme parks. Don't go on the cruises. Cancel your subscriptions.
I don't like her looking like fuck. She was an attractive human being now. Now she looks like my grandma Irene, like if she were alive now.
She was always tied for least attractive with Sarah Jessica Parker. Obviously Kim Cattrall was the one that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch that show. What do I look like? Just Do It. I don't know anything about these people.
She looks horrible.
All right. So that's some star power. What about this?
News reported that musicians Sarah McLachlan and Jewel pulled out of scheduled performances at the premiere of a new Disney documentary in protest.
All right. I'm going to ask you an important question, Eric Zane. Which one do you think is Sarah McLachlan and which one do you think is Jewel?
Jewel is in the green thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I knew. I did know that.
It's interesting because usually you'd need to see her see her teeth to know that it's her.
And McLachlan sings that song that they use for the dead animals.
For the dead dogs, yeah.
Right. Dead Dogs soundtrack.
All right. So there is a murderer's row of celebrities who spoke out. And we're seeing some of those there.
Wow.
All right. So
Rosie looks like that sports guy we always make fun of, Francesa.
She does look
She looks like Mike Francesa.
I'm not going to lie. I think Francesa is just a little bit hotter. Just a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So what we've been building to all this time, the big news from the least charismatic newscaster over on MSNBC, Nicole Wallace with the news.
Everyone, he's back. It's 4 o'clock in New York. We come on the air with the breaking news that Jimmy Kimmel is back. His late night show will resume airing Tuesday. That's tomorrow. That news comes in a statement from the Walt Disney Company, which says this about the initial decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel. Quote, "It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy. And after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday." The news comes after days of a major backlash over ABC's decision to suspend Kimmel's late night program.
I mean, I see why she's on TV.
Has anybody thought of the point about this? And yes, she was butt ugly. The idea of, okay, if the government shut him down, why is he back on?
Right. Well,
I mean, are they just saying, yeah, just do it for a little bit? No, they don't want I almost think that this is all just a bunch of bullshit.
Well, you've inspired me for a really important game that we don't play that often on this show. But F, Marry, Kill. So we've got Nicole Wallace, we've got Cynthia Nixon, and we have present day Katie Couric, who we saw earlier. So you gotta fuck one, you gotta marry one, and one you can let unalive, go to Greenland. I don't know how we're supposed to say it, but so how are you gonna make that determination?
All right, horse face here. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry Katie Couric because she'll be dead soon, and I'll get her money.
A lot of money, yeah.
And then the Sex in the City, well, it'd just be a random serial killer killing.
Yeah.
I have no reason to hate her or kill her, but I'm going to kill her.
Okay. But obviously this is just hypothetical.
Right.
It's an
I wouldn't
old
want
radio
to.
game. All right. So obviously we've talked about a lot of people who can get some credit for Kimmel being back on the air tonight. And this guy's name is Dominic. He's from a website called Deadline. And he went away because
I'm not Mayor Mitch's son nor nephew, but thank you very much for having us on together, as always.
So this other guy's also bald.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yes.
I forgot I included the dumb joke. That's my
Well, first of
fault.
all, Nicole, I just want to inform your viewers, I am not Mayor Mitch's son nor nephew, but thank you very much for having us on together, as always. Look, we have been following this throughout the days that this happened. You know, I've been on with you talking about how there were talks happening almost right after it happened. But I think there were some pivotal events that happened over the weekend. I think President Trump at the Charlie Kirk Memorial and his raging against his enemies, including Jimmy Kimmel, very publicly. I think Howard Stern this morning announcing that he had canceled his Disney Plus subscription, which was something that was obviously brewing out there.
All right. So you just heard him give credit to Howard Stern.
Right.
So, of course, Howard started his show this morning playing this clip. This is how I knew it existed, not because I watched Nicole Wallace.
Yeah.
And
this is all he gets these days is these no-name weirdo-looking people saying his
Right.
name. He used to spend hours of his show playing clips of people talking about.
But these are the people who still listen to him.
Right.
Problem solved. All I had to do was mention I was canceling my subscription.
Did you actually cancel?
You know what?
Question, Robin.
Oddly enough, I was supposed to cancel in the afternoon, and then I got a hold of my IT team because I don't know how to cancel it. They have the account, and they wrote me back and they said, "Do you want us to cancel?" And I go, "Yes." And then all of a sudden, they made the announcement and I went, "Wait, don't do it yet."
Yeah, it was the next thing on my list.
So I mentioned that because I talked a little bit about this on Point Dabble Point yesterday, and Shuley, who of course worked with Howard for a number of years, was like, "Oh yeah, he's going to cancel it." I'm like, "Oh no, he's going to have his people do it." But then by then, so
I'm how can you not? Can't you just hit a button and you can cancel it? Is that why do you have to have someone do that? I don't.
So you have to be on your laptop, not just on your TV. And you
Okay.
gotta sign in, so Howard would have to remember his passwords. He's
So
71.
He's
He
so
doesn't do-
fucked up. He
Yeah.
can't have. He has to have someone cancel his own shit.
You just heard him reference his IT guy. Yeah. This whole thing could have been avoided if only Jimmy Kimmel had listened to the most trusted man in news.
Mr. Kimmel, I would say about a year ago, through Adam Carolla, who's friend, he said, look, Jim, why don't you give me a call? Because this isn't going in the right direction for you and your family. Of course, he didn't call. But I would have told him. I said, look, you're getting consumed by hatred. And every human being who's consumed by hatred goes down. Everyone.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate a lot of people, and I love my life. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I don't know too many people more filled with hate than Eric Zane.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But
You
this
gotta
is,
you gotta have a balance, you know.
This is
I
part
hate
of
your fucking ears, Bill O'Reilly. God, that could be a case study about ears that keep growing.
they
at
do
those
keep growing.
things.
So
Look
this
at
is
them. It
part
looks
of a. Sorry, I
like a car door coming down at the road with its doors open. It's coming at you. That's what his ears look like.
I got to give you time to breathe sometimes. We've only been doing this show for 2 years. Car with the doors open. So this is part of a narrative that Bill is more than happy to lean into.
A total blackout in the United States for non-liberal voices on the network news. Did you know that, Pierce?
Yeah, no, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's been in place ever since Donald Trump got into the political arena. I'm the best-selling nonfiction author in the world.
Oh, Bill, did you find a way to make this about you?
Thanks.
As you know, anybody putting me on TV gets higher ratings.
Oh,
People wanting
no.
what that crazy O'Reilly's going to say today. I can't get booked on the Today Show or Good Morning America or any of the late night shows.
Well,
Oh.
you're an asshole. That's
Well-
why. That has nothing to do with what you just said. You're just a cock.
Do you think it's that? Oh, no, I know why it is.
Bill O'Reilly has been let go from Fox News amid several sexual harassment allegations against him. In a statement, 21st Century Fox said, after a thorough and careful review of the allegations, the company and Bill O'Reilly have agreed that Bill O'Reilly will not be returning to the Fox News channel. The 67-year-old's departure comes more than 2 weeks after the New York Times revealed that Fox News and O'Reilly paid out more than $13 million to 5 women who had complained about sexual harassment or other inappropriate behavior going back to 2002.
So
if your wife got sexually harassed and got $2 million, would you be like, boy, I sure am glad she got sexually harassed?
I would try to get her to lean into it at the next.
Yeah,
one.
I'd be like, oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, because if it's just harassed, I mean, you can Google text message and late night phone conversations O'Reilly had with some fairly recognizable Fox News names. Right. Anyway, I know we've stayed way too long in this political arena. I'm very interested in seeing what Jimmy Kimmel says tonight. I will be watching. If our show was on Wednesday, then this segment would be an extra 20 minutes. So we appreciate everybody who hung in there. But I think, Easy, that it's time to probably have a little bit more fun. And boy, did you send me some fun clips. Let's head over to Sportscasters.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's the side.
Doug, I do need that louder. I think it has to happen at this source.
Yeah.
I've tried to
light.
definitely.
People always in the chat, they say I can barely hear it. So
yeah. Well, we
if you
appreciate
could
it.
maybe about a 50 dB higher, that'd be excellent.
So I don't know that this touchdown scored needs any setup. I don't think so, right? We'll just play it easy.
No, exactly. Super Bowl champs right here. Down Detroit, what a throw and catch.
I run this shit
He just, what did he jumped on that. That was fantastic.
It's so quick. Let's hear it again.
Down Detroit, what a throw and catch.
I run this shit
All right. And after you sent that to me, which I hadn't seen, I thought that was great. The next clip that auto plays is he's talking to, and I'm sorry, tell me that player's name.
His name is he's from USC. Amon-Ra St. Brown is his name.
Okay. And he's sitting down with Scott Van Pelt, who kind of takes him out to the woodshed a little bit.
What's coming out of you in that moment when, I mean, I get it, but I mean, it's what is that?
Yeah, excuse my profanity. SVP told me it was on TV. I'm sorry, guys.
I think people get it, but I'm just, there's mics all.
You can say those things.
Do you think?
I mean,
do you think SVP doesn't realize what he said? The way that he's just shrugging off the fact that he used the N-word.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, he's just like, no, it's fine.
I get it. You're a black guy. You can say that. I mean,
yeah. Well, ESPN over the weekend at College Game Day, and Pat McAfee will point out there's a chant going on. You can't get away from it. So this is great.
Well, I want to let you. Okay, we're starting early. Yeah. Lock the Gators, truck the Gators, whatever they are saying behind us. Desmond chose to live here because this place has been called. Jeez, what if that goes the whole show? Have you thought about that ever? Whenever these chants start, I think to myself, what if they go forever? Because we didn't even really get a word out, and they started with this. Now, with that being said.
So I love a nice chant, a nice fuck the Gators chant.
McAfee he's a hit, man. Anything that guy touches, that was a great move by them to put him on. I don't care for him that much, but man, he moves the meter.
Yeah, absolutely. The ending of the Eagles-Rams game on Sunday was next level, and we always enjoy when somebody out there takes the local radio call and syncs it up with the video because, national broadcasters don't get to be homers like the gang over at 94 WIP, the Eagles, the home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Blocked him the last time. The ball is spotted. The kick is away. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's picked up by the Eagles. Running with it is Davis. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! Game over! Jordan Davis.
Are you kidding me?
Blocked him again.
It sounds like Will Ferrell's Harry Carey impression.
Sure
Game over! Game over, Norm! It's over!
If you're a hot dog, why don't you eat yourself?
Yeah, but I look, I love these guys. Not an Eagles fan, but I love local broadcasts because they get to really lean into that.
Yeah,
you sent me something. I think this is from soccer. You sent this to me like a month ago. We've just been so goddamn busy, and you just called this guy an asshole. I'll let this explain itself as we go along. We'll have to pause it for our audio audience. All right. I see a gentleman there with his crutch.
Here we go. Tommy kicks it off to Oluwaseyi.
Is there something that our audience should know about? Our audio audience should know about this soccer player?
He's got one legs and he's chopsticking down the goddamn field, and they're doing this Make-A-Wish thing where they let him score, and it's like, how disgusting is that? Just either don't let him in the building or lay his ass out, but don't let him score.
Yeah. Right. This is like if you talk to the actual players that were on the Notre Dame team with Rudy, they all thought he was a joke. Everything that you see in the movie was just done mockingly. Yeah,
it was. He actually, in real life, he was our word. He shit in his own hand on the sidelines and ate it. That's all that really happened.
I mean, I can't say that I didn't do that at Lollapalooza once. So, look, sometimes it's difficult to get to where you need to go. All right, so let's watch this guy.
Minnesota on the move. Oluwaseyi into that final third. He's looking for Schweinitz. Schweinitz inside the 18 to the 6. Schweinitz moving in. Is going to try and get the left boot on it and looking for an opening. Chips it in. He scores!
He scores!
Schweinitz with a Minnesota goal. He discards the crutches. They are gone.
What's that?
The clapping, like, yeah.
Somebody
I wouldn't cry.
No.
I wouldn't even let my kid do that.
No.
I would act like, oh, the car broke down. We can't make it.
Sorry. You know who has more self-respect than that? Every contestant in Miss Wheelchair America. They have respect for themselves. They're not out there doing that. Oh, they're going to let me roll onto the field and kick it in there. Well, I do have, I've got some clips that we just haven't gotten to in forever. And the baseball season is about to end, the regular season. And for me, my team, the Mets, are in a situation where they need Cincinnati to lose for them to make the playoffs. So I'm going to have a bit of a clearinghouse on some Mets clips. This one's pretty great, though. So we're going to see Keith Hernandez is obviously well past his playing days, but his reaction time, his non-reaction time when a foul ball comes up to the booth.
Cedric Mullins fouls one back this way. That went right past Keith's ear, and he never saw it.
Here's Keith.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, we can laugh about it now, but if that ball had been just a few feet more to the left,
that could have been dangerous.
You could have been done for the season, or maybe forever. You could have been back.
Who was the one old asshole that got hit right on the head and he goes, ow?
John Sterling, which
that it was. Jesus.
Yeah, which we have played that a lot of times. And I think when I was originally going to play this, I was going to go back in on that. But instead, let's just take a quick look. There it is, right by Keith's head again. All right. So, look, it could end up being a bit of a lost season for my team, the New York Mets. But this was a controversial call, a broadcast call about a month ago, where their first baseman, Pete Alonso, set the record for most home runs by a Met. And we're going to have some reactions to this call, but you're a broadcast professional. I want you to tell our audience what you think of Gary Cohn's call of Pete Alonso's record-breaking home run.
And Pete drives one to deep right center field, headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Out of here! Pete Alonso stands alone! The polar bear on his own private iceberg. Pete Alonso, the most prolific home run hitter in New York Mets history.
Okay, so his nickname is the polar bear. I probably should have put that at the beginning. How do you feel about that call? He's on his own iceberg. I'm going to tell you, my 7-year-old daughter loves that call.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded pretty run of the mill. Wasn't too great. Wasn't too bad. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who hated it. Chris Mad Dog Russo.
What the whole record was before this nonsense. This is ridiculous. And by the way, if the Mets love Alonso so much, why did they pay him in the offseason, for crying out loud? He was a free agent. They didn't want to pay him a nickel. He bounced around all over the place, and then he came back basically with his hat out. Please sign me. And then you saw what the Mets are doing tonight. This is a team that hasn't won in weeks, and this is the home runs. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Hojo! This is not the Yankees with...
So it's only 254.
Okay.
It's not a lot of home runs.
Okay, so he's ripping on the whole team. They don't hit a lot of home runs over the years.
Yeah, right. And then after they play the clip that we showed.
People are making about Pete Alonso being the franchise record holder now for home runs. He passed Darryl Strawberry last night. Nobody in Metville that I know, and I know a lot of Met fans, after a stretch where they've lost 11 of 12 and have allowed the Phillies to bury them in the NL East. Now we're going to make big deal about Alonso's home run.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes that's all you have are those little moments. Yes, Russo watches sports all day. And a competitor of his in local New York broadcasting has some thoughts on that reaction.
If you have a problem with it being scripted, as you said, if it seemed a little corny, the polar bear on the ice, I get that. I get all that. But this kind of goes back to my conversation yesterday about like other people commenting on other teams. Dude, this is a Met moment. If you're a Yankee fan or Chris Russo, a Giant fan, Red Sox fan, don't care about baseball. Like, what do you care to have an opinion?
I mean, it's probably because he's on a show where they want him to yell about stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, this guy looks like he's been around the block. I mean, he should know how this works.
Yeah.
And you're the fat fuck who's talking about it. So it
was
worked.
for the Met fans.
Yeah, I just wanted to show him again. Yeah, exactly.
Stupid. He looks like retarded Kenny Rogers. Fuck that guy.
All right. So, yeah. Anyway, There is a bit of a reason why that clip package sat fallow for like a month, but we'll end with the Mets on this moment where Keith Hernandez perhaps shared a little too much.
Whoever thought your toilet plunger would work in baseball?
I actually had to use my plunger a couple days ago.
We really don't want to hear about that, Keith.
It was very effective.
For our audio audience, the booth does show the men's room.
So that meant off of the air. That camera, I was like, all right, I'm listening. Yeah. I'm zooming in on this, and hopefully the director will see it and go to it. Ready, camera one, go, camera one.
And you can hear them. They've all muted their mics.
You ever heard the expression TMI?
Dwyer says we've seen this clip, that we actually did park on this once.
Did we play that one? All right. Well, you know what?
Fuck, I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was when you told me he got assassinated. Don't ask me.
That's true.
I said, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. All these things are true. Absolutely. Well,
but I liked our talking about it here too. So
yeah, right. Exactly.
Don't be a ruiner, Dwyer. Yeah. Okay.
And you know who Ken Rosenthal is? He works for Fox Sports.
Yeah, baseball writer.
Yeah, exactly. And he also does in-game coverage, and he's down there on the sidelines. And this was a couple weeks ago where there was a lot of focus on the way that he interacts with a local photographer in Milwaukee. Okay, so he gets out of the way of the Gatorade bath.
Okay.
And he trips over the photographer, and you see he glares at him twice. And
sure does.
Ken Rosenthal is no joke, like 5'1".
Yeah, he looks like a little buddy.
Yeah. So the guy is like being nice. He's down on the ground to try and get a less embarrassing photo. So, and he just glares at him. He's staring at him, and then he realizes, like,
shakes his head.
Yeah.
Shakes his head. He doesn't try to help him up.
So there's nothing we like more on this show than an apology.
I want to talk about what happened Saturday night when I accidentally bowled over Scott Paulus, the Brewers team photographer.
Didn't even get his name right.
While I was getting out of the way of the Brewers dumping water on Andrew Monasterio. Now, the ever-observant A.J. Przinsky joked afterward that I looked like Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston. Now, AJ, of course, is more experienced in these kinds of interactions than I am.
Up.
So you don't care for his apology?
Yeah, who gives a fuck if you knock the guy over? Big deal.
Well, a lot of people were talking about how he glared at him afterwards.
No, that's true. But yeah, let it play. I want to hear what he says.
And I must admit, though, when I looked at the video, when I saw this, I was surprised at how upset I appeared. I was more confused than anything. Now, I had to continue the interview. We were live, folks, on national television. Couldn't stop. And
you could have given the guy a hand.
I felt awful about what happened.
Yeah,
and afterward, I went up to Scott, who I've worked with in pits before over the years, and I apologized. And I apologized profusely because, let's face it, I don't think that you ever expect knocking someone down is going to happen in any particular situation.
Especially when you're 4'11". You don't think you're capable of knocking somebody over.
Right.
Yeah. So this was a buzz on baseball Twitter, which again, I'm a huge nerd. So of course I'm over there. I know we're getting a little late on time, but I need to share this clip. A minor league player called Hayden Younger is going to get an at-bat. And what makes this clip is the closed captioning that thinks they hear something that they don't hear.
Chance for Hayden Younger's.
Okay, you can kind of see it already. It's Hayden Younger. So a chance for hate. And yes, a word that we have heard earlier on this program, not from us.
What is he trying to say?
Hayden Younger. It's Juenger.
What?
Yeah, it's not this guy, Jet Williams. Jet Williams is
no. That just happens to be there. Yeah. But and the first name is Hate or Hayden? Hayden Youngers.
So this guy just assumes, they must have said hate ninja. That must be what they said, right? So let's
Do
let's
that
see.
whole thing again.
Yep, I'm going to go right back to the top.
A chance for Hayden Yeager's friends and family to see him pitch at Victory Field last week as Williams laces one to left field. Brown going back towards the track, looking up, and that ball is gone. Jet Williams puts one over the left field wall for his third home run of the year in AAA. Line drive just.
Younger, please. All right, I think that's all that we can really say.
Younger just hit a home run.
Yeah.
Just stole my truck.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
so he's the pitcher. Younger's the
Younger's the pitcher. Jet Williams is the batter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does he say it again later?
No. I don't think that.
I've never heard Hayden Yeager's. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Chance for Hayden Yeager's friends and family to.
How did he not like his head explode? Wow.
I don't know. I gotta shout out my buddy David Brody who sent that to me. He has a podcast called The Brooklyn Boys. I never would have seen it if not
what
for
a
him.
clip.
Yeah.
What a clip. That's like Oakland A's guy.
Yes. Yeah, except I don't think anybody got in trouble for that. But
my God.
Well,
can you imagine be like, hey, look, I know you're a new broadcaster, but we really need you to emphasize slowly and carefully Hayden Youngers.
Whoa. Slow it down there, old man. What was it? It sounds like hate.
Hayden.
No, hate. Hate who? Who do we hate?
No, it's Hayden. Hayden.
Hayden Younger.
Youngers.
Yeah. So that's an all-timer. That's one of my favorites.
Wow.
All right. So before we close the book on our just really tremendous show that everybody loved and they showed us with their wallets, you sent this to me earlier. Let's get to our great moment in broadcast history.
BTB, who are these broadcast history? Who are these broadcast history?
So I guess this was yesterday, this date in history. These are some fateful words by then Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy.
If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this is worth reading.
The mother of what else?
Let me tell you why I'm talking about this article.
Mother of fucker.
3/4 of this is inaccurate.
Mother of Youngers.
Fiction.
It's inaccurate.
Here's all that kid did.
Okay.
He goes to class.
Uh-huh.
He's respectful to the media.
Okay.
He's respectful to the public.
Okay.
And he's a good kid.
Okay.
And he's not a professional athlete, and he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down.
Nope.
That's why I don't read the newspaper.
Thank you.
Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come
That's
out
an opinion.
is garbage.
That's all opinion.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
As if
Or our coaches.
That's
all I got to say.
As if 20-year-old football player is like, oh, coach, someone wrote something bad about me.
This is like 2008 or whatever. Even in 2008, they're like, what's a newspaper? But the best is what this performance receives as he exits.
Oh, it's applause.
He gets applause.
Fuck
and
that.
yeah, so the money part of the clip is obviously.
And the editor that let it come
Not
out
this.
is garbage.
Yeah.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I hadn't thought about this clip in a while, but it got a lot of mileage back then, Easy. I'm sure that you definitely would have used it in something that you were a part of back then. Yeah. And I forget what the name of the Twitter account. I thought I left it on there. I didn't. It's this date in history.
There's one more caveat. It's not in what we just played, but
okay.
He ended up saying, talking about the player calling him fat, and he really emphasized the fat.
Fat. That's
Jim
him
Rome,
too.
Jim Rome took fat, and anytime the word fat is uttered, the guy on the instant replay is hitting the drop.
Alvin DeLauro would hit
Alvin
that.
is going fat.
I know that drop. I didn't realize it's
That's
the
what it's
same
from.
guy. All right. Well,
do you know Alvin?
No. I just know. I used to. And nobody asks, nobody cares. When I worked in political talk radio, the only thing that could keep me sane was driving home listening to sports talk.
Okay,
because I didn't want to hear about any of that.
Right,
right. And growing up in New York, I'd never had Jim Rome, so we had him. He's still here in LA. So I actually really enjoyed the show.
Sure.
I understand almost every word he reads is apparently written out in the early morning hours, but the interviews are still pretty good. And,
Whatever. I like the drops. The drops are, to me, that's the best part of the show when you hear the drops coming, because they almost put them under, like a little bit low. So you have to wait. Did I just hear that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that the smack off is coming up for people who are fans of Jim Rome. In any case, that is our show. Thanks to everybody. Boy, we had a lot of comments in the chat. We brought up one poor chat today. So everybody who says, "Oh, you'll get super chats if you stop putting up the poor chat," go fuck yourself. Okay, there's nothing to do with it. All right, people just hate our show. But thank you for watching. Those who did, we have a really dedicated but loyal group of people.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And Easy, why don't you let everybody know where they can find more Eric Zane, which I think everybody needs in their life.
They do. Thank you, Christian. I do this podcast that occasionally is mediocre, and you can find it wherever you download shows. Just search the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all the other stupid ones. And I do a show on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this little room with the
kicked in door
blanket over the couch with puppy dogs.
And I have all the things that I always promote, but I have something specific to promote this week. Something that's going on this weekend.
Look at that.
Oh my God, our stupid logo is in the way. Can you believe it? It looks unprofessional, Eric, when we do something on here, but it's not your fault. It's my fault.
Oh, Jim Shooter died?
Yeah, this is earlier this year. So
I know that. I actually know who that is.
Oh, yeah. So any nerds who will be at LA Comic-Con this weekend, check out a panel that I'm moderating.
Oh.
Geekscape Book Club presents Remembering Jim Shooter. One of his biggest achievements was Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, the first major crossover. That'll be this Saturday, September 28th, 4 to 4:50. They don't even give us an hour, but we get most of it. And that is room 402B at the LA Convention Center. Please come check it out. We have myself and some actual talent. Jordan Bloom, Eric Connor, Gina Ippolito, Katie Kawamoto, Jonathan London of Geekscape, and writer-artist Jeff Winstead.
Were you a kid when you first got into Secret Wars, or was it later in life?
No, yeah. When I was like 9 years old, I had just started reading comics.
Okay,
and
so me too. I was like
Secret
12.
Secret Wars was happening like right when the first couple months I was buying comics. And it blew my mind. And shout out to my buddy Eric, who people know sometimes in the chat on this network and the Shuli network as Count Connor, for taking way too much time and putting all of our faces on some of the heroes there.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So that should be a fun afternoon. So please come check us out. But I know we went a little long. And how dare you, Dwyer Christian? No one likes Cyclops, although he's kind of a cuck in the movies. So I know where it's coming from.
He's always like in his feelings.
Yeah.
I love you, Gene.
Yeah. No wonder your girlfriend wants to fuck Wolverine. Because first of all, I mean, I've seen him with his shirt off, But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So our big dollar amount here comes from Gulp Malp, who really kind of bankrolled the show. He's our pay pig to the tune of $9 Canadian. We appreciate that. We thank everybody who tuned in today. As always, this is Christian Bladt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic. And here, I was going to give this to Carl, but I see what you did there to all of my chats now. We'll see you all next Tuesday.